let's talk about the Ticketmaster thing. I'm only gonna let Wave lead this one off because he did some note taking with it. He's prepared. You can't see him. I love how you're keeping on the Thug Life glasses the entire time.
Well, basically, Tank the Tech made a video diving really deep into the topic, and I found it really fascinating. It got me passionate, fired up. Okay, let me. I got to take the glasses off for this because I can't look at myself and be serious.
This is a serious moment.
Oh, while he's figuring that out,
can't be Minecrafting.
Go check out Tank's video. It's called "The Truth About Live Nation and Ticketmaster's Power." I didn't realize this is something that started back in 1991. Then I guess 2010, he gets bigger into what happened. But I'm gonna let Wave take it away. He got his glasses off.
I mean, I sent you the timestamps if you want to take a look at the clips.
They also own a shitload of music venues. They also own Ticketmaster. They also own merch companies. So when you have one company that's promoting the show, selling the tickets to the show, owns the venue, and has the fucking merchandise on that tour, one company is making all of this money. It's fucking absurd.
Now, in the beginning of the video, he mentions how there was the guy that brought this to their attention very early on, but they feel like maybe there's probably some greasing of the hands in government or whatnot when they did the merger, and I think it just fell through the cracks. This is what I honestly think happened. I think they were like, hey, we're going to merge these companies. They gave them some rules to follow, and they're like, it's just a ticketing company, and they didn't give two fucks about it, and they forgot about it, and it just happened. Or they paid a lot of money.
I mean, it went to the government, like, should we allow this merger? It was definitely talked about. They knew shit was going to happen, and they allowed it. And as soon as they allowed it, Tank points this out, they started breaking all the rules that they agreed to follow.
Yes.
They're crooked fuckers, and they know it. And you don't stay filthy rich by not keeping as much money as you can.
Well, yeah, also, one of those stipulations was that they couldn't force bands to use Ticketmaster when they were playing at the venues that they own. Because, I mean, they own everything, top to bottom. Every way that an artist has to make money off of a tour, Live Nation owns.
Also, when some of those expenses, like when they do break the rules, sometimes they consider those business expenses. They're like, oh, it's only a $5,000 fine. For them, it's nothing sometimes. So sometimes it's like worth breaking the rules over it.
They just plan on the fine.
Yeah.
But instead of them actually doing something about it, they let them go for the last fucking decade. Or two.
Mr. Ozzy.
And you know, people have been bitching about it, and it took Taylor Swift to be like, hey, this is bullshit. And they're like, oh, okay, well, now I'll pay attention.
Right.
What, because they're fucking Taylor Swift fans?
Oh, look, Taylor Swift is with us.
Hey, what do you think? What do you think, Taylor? What do you think about this? No comment.
Talk about it. She's so upset.
She's so upset. Do you want me to continue playing more of that clip right there? Or?
Well, he pretty much summed it up in that part. The main point, which is Live Nation owns all these different, and he also brings up later, they also own management firms. So not only do they have all these things that have to do with the live tour, but they also are managing the bands. So they're literally making more money. Yeah, merchandising as well. They're making more money off of the bands than the bands are.
Yeah.
Even though the music and the band is the draw. That's what it is. And we'll talk later about the fan experience. But you can play the next one.
Play the next one. All right.
Kind of gets into that.
Just put up your finger when to stop.
Loudwire put out an article saying Avenged Sevenfold's M Shadows offers insight on Ticketmaster pricing controversy. Loudwire says, with Ticketmaster and parent company Live Nation currently in the headlines due to U.S. Department of Justice investigation and continued concerns from the public about rising ticket prices and concert ticket sales, Avenged Sevenfold frontman M Shadows weighed in online to express that some of the outrage against the ticketing giant may be misplaced. Really?
By the way, I think M Shadows got
with the subject being a point of discussion for many music fans. Avenged Sevenfold's M Shadows offered his insight to the Live Nation and Ticketmaster ticketing concerns via a string of tweets. If you think Ticketmaster sets the price of tickets, you're wrong. The artist does. Shadows started, then added, if the supply is 52 stadiums, but the demand is 900 stadiums, you don't automatically deserve a ticket because you're a fan. Demand exceeded supply. Okay, I mean, that's a fair statement.
Honestly, when I was listening to this part, I was like, is he like a shill for Live Nation and Ticketmaster?
Is he on the fucking board?
Is he getting paid?
Basically, it becomes a classist fucking development that if you can't afford it, you can't go to the fucking shows. And that's bullshit, man.
Well, is it true that the bands are setting the prices and Ticketmaster is not actually upping it?
Yeah, I don't know how many clips you added, but he does mention Tank's like, there's no fucking way M Shadows is sitting there with somebody from Live Nation going, here's what we want for tickets. You know what I mean? If it is, I'll be very surprised. But what really, I saw with the Bandmate shows was there's people buying tickets and then deciding, oh, I don't want it, and then changing the fucking price, and just selling it for more. So they don't like scalpers, but they enable people to scalp tickets, and they are
scalpers.
Because
Ticketmaster are scalpers.
They make money off the scalpers, so that's why they don't give a fuck if they scalp.
Because they are scalpers. Like the whole industry is them being scalpers. They take tickets that they purchased from these bands and they're reselling them, right? Like that's basically what's happening.
By the way, your hair looks phenomenal, champ.
Yeah, that's nice.
I was gonna say the band themselves, like when they do sell the tickets, there was an article, right, where Ticketmaster was the fan that bought up all the tickets and resold it. The actual company would go in and go rebuy them themselves.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, and then they would actually be the ones reselling it, and then they would market their app saying, "Hey, by the way, you can sell your tickets also," but they were also playing the fan side of it too, and being the person buying up all the tickets. So it wasn't just fans buying up all the tickets. Now you got them doing it too. So, which that's been being done for a while by other companies too. Before even Ticketmaster, I think in the 2000s, from 2000 to 2008, that was already being done, but not to this extent. Became an issue because the app was crashing, or they were saying they couldn't get their tickets and all that.
Yeah, there's people that had it in their cart ready to buy it, and they couldn't get it after they were supposed to, like, I want this ticket, and then they just couldn't get it.
Yeah.
Like millions of people. I mean, Taylor, you can't deny how huge she is, fan base wise, and it was millions of people that were just getting fucked out of their tickets. Now who gets them? Then all of a sudden you got to pay fucking $5,000 for a ticket. Yeah.
But I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate here though. But because like if the demand for Taylor Swift, for example, is so high, then it doesn't matter if Ticketmaster is doing that or not. Like, aren't they going to require more tickets, and their price is going to go up every time because there's a limited amount of tickets that can be sold because there's limited shows being played.
See,
right?
that was
because that was brought up too.
Yeah, that was a point brought up, and he brought up Kid Rock, where he would actually make the
that's
tickets.
The next clip.
Oh, it is? The tickets are more affordable for the fans and actually worked out a deal. So the artists, if they're big enough, can work out deals to get stuff done.
Agreeing with Kid Rock on anything, but it was a good move.
That's what Tank said too, yeah.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. I do appreciate that, though. That is like a really, like, okay, so you're saying that, why don't we listen to that clip and then we can talk about it.
The clip, yeah.